Look,
listen.
Welcome to another episode of the Look, Listen Cast. It is a podcast about the Pokemon Horizons anime, in addition to other things, Taylor.
I love other things.
Taylor.
No
Geese Peep this week, but according to Taylor, everybody's going to be here next week, so that's good.
We have to be. It's the last episode.
That's a great point. Tomorrow, next week's the big giant finale. I mean, come on, guys. What are we not going to all be on the same episode for the big finale?
Could you imagine if we just didn't offer a sense of closure to our listeners with all three parties? Didn't give us a farewell with the whole group? What are we? Two characters in the finale of Giri Haji?
Exactly. Does that get picked up on the mic? PSH. It must.
That'd be funny if the pop filter was filtering out the P and it just sounded like you were shushing me.
Okay, everybody calm down. Look, here's the thing, everybody.
Listen, here's the thing.
Listen up. Before we move on to our first segment of the week, which is, of course, Geese of the Week, What You've Been Peeping', we do need to hook the people who only care about Pokemon, Taylor. And by that, we're going to say what happened last time on Pokes. That's right, Taylor. Take it away with Taylor's new segment. It's not new at all. That's a complete, utter fabrication.
Brand new as of this recording previously on Pokemon. There's a big old battle. Just a big old battle.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Why don't you tell the kids in the Clambos out there what episode we're going to cover this week, Taylor? Episode 135 of the Horizons anime.
The Ultimate Showdown. Mega Evolution was last week. Awakening. The Catastrophic Raquium.
I said in English.
Awakening. The Catastrophic Laquium Core.
Or in Japanese, Kakusei Horubi no Lacrium Core. Taylor, before we discuss this episode of Pokemon, we need to discuss what other things we've watched, played, and eaten in our segment, Geese of the Week, What You've Been Peeping'. Geese, Peep, and I this week watched a little film by the name of Men in Black. Now, Taylor, Men in Black is a classic film.
Very good movie.
I don't know if you and I have watched it together. That's a distinct possibility. But I know as a kid, I watched it a lot.
How many times do you think you've seen it?
On the VHS as a kid, 1,000,000 times. And I'll tell you right now, must have been 1,000,000 times because every line in the movie, I knew what the next line was. I had to stop myself from saying it out loud because there's so many banger classic lines. First film, loved it. Now, as a kid, I watched the sequel, and I'm sure I liked it back then. Guys, never watched the sequels. Men in Black 1, incredibly well made. Great acting, great script, everything about it. Entertainment, nonstop. Second, pile of garbage. Don't even worry about it. You could maybe watch part 3. I've never even seen the reboot one they did, but just Men in Black, 1996. Please watch it.
Classic adventure film.
So funny.
They don't make them like they used to.
That's exactly what I said while we were watching this. Movies are not that fun anymore. They take themselves too seriously, I guess.
Now it's kind of an evolution of art. It's because that already, that movement already happened. So now you have too much irony. Everything's too self-referential, too aware.
Oh, yeah.
It's just aging of art, like aging with people. Like people lose their innocence as they get older. Same with film.
So yeah, I have nothing bad to say about that movie. It's an absolute classic.
It's
an absolute classic. Men in Black, 1996. Please watch it. Taylor, in video game news this week, I did not even realize this game came out. But from the creator of Vampire Survivors comes Vampire Crawlers. And it is so good. Oh, it's so addicting. It's so good. It's so good on a PlayStation Portal, on a Switch, on a TV, anything. It's turn-based, card-based. Oh, you feel so sick when you get a good deck build going and you start combining cards and slotting in gems and having I get so many great builds where I just keep drawing more cards and get more mana. Oh, so
interesting.
Good. Such a good game. The guy can't lose. He just keeps making great games that are so much fun to play. And I was talking
Wait until he makes an actual Castlevania game.
And I was talking to Geese Peep about this. Can we give a shouts out to these incredible video games that cost $5 to $10 and so many hours of entertainment?
They're always so good.
Golly, what a great game.
Speaking of deck builders, I have actually been playing Slay the Spire.
There's cards in that game.
It is, I mean, it's just Balatro.
No. How much Balatro have you played?
Go give it a play. It's wildly similar to Balatro. But there's a little more like you choose your pathing and everything, but it's super duper similar.
How much Balatro have you played?
I've probably done, I mean, all the Balatro I played with you. I played
it was one
probably
game.
Like, I don't know, I'll probably put like 10 or so hours into it.
Say so.
Not nothing.
Not nothing.
I'm not saying it's like it's a 1-to-1. It's very similar, and there's a big crossover for those audiences. A lot of people found Balatro because it was so cheap and accessible, and then went to play Slay the Spire. So now all these Slay the Spire build videos are getting a ton of Balatro people.
The sequel's out, or is it in early access right now?
I believe it's out.
You've just been playing the first one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, first one's free, and I have so many games I haven't played, so I just didn't want to, like, same with Hades. I'm going to wait for Hades to either be free or be on discount. Maybe I'll play it on my Switch, too, after my new controller comes in. I got I think it's called it's not a mod controller. I'm going to look up the name of this, because a MOBA pad is what it's called. They announced their new Switch 2 version, and I'm incredibly excited about it.
I love the Switch Pro controller. Did you say it's too small for your giant monster hands?
It's way too small. Although Steam Deck, whenever Steam Deck announces some kind of compatibility with other consoles, I'll pick a Steam controller up, because those are supposed to be way too big for people.
Wait, the new ones? The $99 ones for the Steam machine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe it'll inspire like Nintendo, PlayStation to make stuff like it.
You wanted to hear something crazy. So I bring this up from time to time because I think it's an interesting statistic, because I must be in such a small minority here. I only ever owned an original Xbox and an Xbox One, Day 1 edition. Never owned a 360, never owned a Xbox Series. I may buy the next Xbox, which sounds crazy, doesn't it? Because what would I have there? But from what I'm hearing, it's just going to play all of Steam.
Right.
And like the few Xbox games I own. So, because at some point I'm going to think about it. Am I going to buy a Steam Deck 2, which is going to come out? Am I going to buy the new Steam machine, or am I going to buy an Xbox Helix, which will let me play all of Steam plus? So it probably won't let me play Fantasia Music Evolved though, because I doubt it'll work with the Kinect. So
you do. The problem is, as soon as you start adding a ton of proprietary stuff, like Xbox peripherals, you really have to. I feel like you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot instead of getting just a PC.
I feel like an Xbox would be better because it will just be good at playing video games, and if you have a PC, you have to worry about more driver type deals. I saw a woman wearing a Fantasia Music Evolved sweatshirt the other day, and I about lost my mind.
How old did it look?
She probably got it at a thrift store. Maybe she worked on the game. I don't know. Maybe
that'd be sick.
She didn't look like it, but and I about stopped in my tracks. Anyway, please continue, Taylor. You were saying, ready or not? Here I come.
Yes, I've been doing a whole lot this week and last week. Finally finished the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Don't spoil. Though I played the original.
Boy, do I understand why people love that game. Much like Men in Black, it's just such an adventure. The only bad thing is, what's her name? Ashley
Graham Salazar.
Ashley has like 10 lines, and she's not very interesting. She's just kind of along for the ride. Just such an incredible adventure. Memorable cast of characters, great set pieces, fun action, awesome RPG mechanics. The gunplay is great. I get incredibly frustrated at the shooting range. It's awesome. Everyone should go play it. Max out your handgun as soon as you can. Get those 5-time crits. It's great.
5-time
very
crits.
Fun.
I mean, I'll have to play it eventually. But I just kept putting it off. I want to play VR, but we all know how that ended.
After playing that VR, I actually put some serious time into the Resident Evil 4 VR remake, just because especially considering my hands just don't work with VR2 controllers at all. I spent more than 3 minutes with that demo, and it was just played the game. You're fine skipping VR on that one.
But it's sick. And the knife is so powerful. Anyway, please continue, Taylor.
In watching news, I watched the sequel to Ready or Not. So it's called Ready or Not, Here I Come. Samara Weaving is a national treasure. Give her more roles.
Were you not on the episode where I discussed this movie?
No.
Okay, sick.
I might have been. There's a chance, but I'd be kind of surprised. Maybe you did. I didn't like the younger girl.
Her sister?
Yeah, not into it. I didn't think she was doing... She was in Paranormal Activity 2 or 3 years.
That was her? Really? That was the girl from 3?
I looked her up because I couldn't understand how she got cast in this role. I just kept thinking, this is her first time ever acting, right? And they just did one take for all of her scenes. Because the whole movie, she looks like she's about to laugh. And they do the really dumb... You left me when I was a kid. Spoilers for the movie if you care about this. It's not a very interesting plot point. But she's like, you left me. And you just hear the older sister saying, I went to college. And the daughter's like, you left me. And she's like, I was an 18-year-old taking a scholarship. And she's like, you left me. And it's real silly and contrived.
I talked about that on this podcast and mentioned how that's the most unbelievable. They are at the highest stakes, most wild scenarios where time is of such the essence, and they take a 20-minute break to complain about.
Yeah, in between removing glass pieces, they're like, "Oh no, let's break this down." But the rest of the cast, very fun. They had the funniest moment between the two movies with the bride fight. That was amazing. I had so much more hope for the villains because it was such a Kingdom Hearts kind of moment when they were introducing them and all their, like, one's in a club, one's above a club, one's next to a club. They were all sick. But it was a fun movie. Again, Samara Weaving, best part of that by far. It was great. I finished The PITT. I watched The PITT season 2, and the whole time I was watching season 2, I just kept thinking, I'm wondering if they're going to try to go in a different direction, if they're going to try to go real crazy with one event like they did in the first one. And boy, did they pull it off in such a way. It's a show like every medical drama where it would be incredibly easy to feel compelled to provide certain narrative beats in certain situations. There's the mother that miraculously gets saved while trying to rescue her daughter from a burning building or something like that, you know, where it's like, oh, narratively, we can't let these people go because it wouldn't be okay for our audience to see that. Or we have to present this as a high stakes. Ooh, we almost lost them, but we saved them at the last minute. That's in every other medical drama. This one doesn't. This one, plenty of procedures are just like, okay, you need to do, make this incision here, and then do this, and then do this, and the tension's rising, and they're like, and we're done. And it's great. It's so immersive when you see these things, just people doing their job successfully, which is what they do most of the time.
Now, hold on, everybody.
Yes.
I keep hearing wonderful things about The PITT. I tried to watch the first episode. I couldn't make it through the first episode. Something threw me with the acting. It just felt off, but
first couple episodes are a little weird from an acting standpoint.
I need you to rank it for me. When you talk about The PITT is this great show, is it up there with Sopranos, Wire, Mad Men, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, or Lost, or Twin Peaks?
It's such a different experience than those, because those are very much television shows. Those are presenting a story, whereas this is a snapshot kind of experience. So it's more based on immersion. And I would say the things that I'm more impressed by are the technical aspects of it, because whoever's doing the show running on this, whoever's producing this, is doing such a good job with the wild blocking in the background, Like, you can see 30 feet away and 100 people, and they're all in their environment doing different things. And sometimes it'll follow another character that you see, like, getting a file from a cabinet. And sometimes it won't. It's a very immersive show, I would say. There are a few moments that'll kind of take you out where you're like, okay, yeah, this is a show. But is it? I mean, it's the best medical drama I've seen.
It's better than Scrubs?
Ooh, boy, that's tough because those are very different things. And actually, the new revival season to Scrubs apparently does do a little lampooning of the PITT in like
Interesting.
Fun little way. It's worth watching.
Oh, how many episodes do I need to watch before I'll know if I'm into it? You said
I would
4?
I would say by 3
Oh.
is when, because the first couple episodes I was the exact same way, and I was like, I don't know if I like this. As soon as you hit the second episode, it's very clear what show it is. I would say make it through 2 episodes and see if you like it, because that's really cool. I also watched an HBO show that kept getting advertised to me while I was watching other things, called DTF St. Louis.
Now, should we discuss this on a family show? Because that sounds very adult.
I think we should. I mean, that's the name of an app in the show that is not even as big a part of the narrative as you would think. It really surprised the heck out of me, I gotta say. I was watching it expecting some kind of trashy TV that I could have on in the background while I was building Legos, and I wound up watching this just very well produced, really interestingly produced. Like, a lot of the scenes feel like they're a music video in like the framing and the lighting. One of them is kind of a fun little music video, but they have such memorable lines. And the big thing, I wouldn't put it in like top 10 shows I've ever seen by any stretch, but the thing that got me were a couple conversations that happened in the last episode that really thematically tie the entire show together. And it's talking about getting older in the world and feeling like these feelings of like loneliness that people have, or lack of relevance, or, you know, things in that kind of area that really aren't talked about because they're not very interesting. They're kind of depressing, but the way they're expressed in this is wild to me. I think it's a very adult show, not just thematically, but content-wise, I think it's very adult. Or subject matter, I think is very adult, and it's a very mature story, but it's worth a watch. It's a very fun little show.
All right, if you say so, girls. But more importantly on that, what would you say to the CEO of Lego? Because your whole life you've been playing with Legos. Mm-hmm. What would you say to his face when he look at you dead in the eye and he say, no, you've been playing with Lego? Because he says the plural of Lego is Lego.
I would say, well, Mr. What's his name? Mr.
John Lego.
Oh, John Lego? 1, I apologize. 2, I'm playing with Luma bricks now because they're just better. They include the light kit.
Got the light. All right, girls, Taylor, is it time for Poke?
Of course it's time for Poké-news of the week.
I just got to get a button you can press, and it does like a foghorn that says Poké-news.
I thought you were going to say a fart sound.
Oh, golly, this is for all ages.
Thank goodness that made its way out. You don't hear a lot of that type of humor anymore.
No blue humor on this podcast.
It's not as like common. Sad humor?
No, humor? Blue. You know what blue humor is.
Yeah, I know the blues.
You're correct, Taylor. That form of humor has fallen out of favor. Actually, maybe it hasn't. We're not in that circle. Maybe it's huge in some circle. In the first piece of Pokemon news this week, this is very, once again, Taylor, important for this audience because it is about Pokemon Horizons, the anime. Look, we've got a new character in the new season for Pokemon Wonder Voyage. Her name is Navi. She's from Lumiose City, and she's connected. Did they announce this? She's definitely connected to a Generation 10 Pokemon, I'll tell you that much. But there's her face.
Why did they make her look so much like Tinkaton?
Nothing like her. In our second piece of Pokemon news, a very exciting piece of Pokemon news, because I already did all the work, Taylor. I filled out my Pokemon Home Dexes completely in ZA, and looky here, Pokemon Home has added a new distribution. Get a shiny Volcanion if you finish your Lumiose Pokedex, Hyperspace Pokedex, and Mega Pokedex in Pokemon Home, and there he is, first time ever. what's crazy is he's actually been a TCG card for a very long time. Never been obtainable outside of a trading card.
Shiny Volcanion looks great.
Geese Peep hates him. She likes the normal version, though. She doesn't like that yellow, I guess. In our next piece of Pokemon news, the latest Pokemon TCG Pocket expansion, Pulsing Aura, is now available. Look, we got Mega Lucario on the cover. I got a real great pack, and I hope somebody gets to Wonder Pick it because I got a shiny and a full art Mega. So hopefully you get to Wonder Pick that pack.
I actually opened that app less than 2 months ago.
Well, then there you go. And the next piece of Pokemon news, specifically related to TCG Pocket, they're distributing 120 pack hourglasses to all players from now until May 16th. So better log in and get that so you can open 10 packs. And here is some Pokemon news for Taylor. All of this is from Cerebi, by the way. It has been confirmed that Mega Mewtwo X and Mega Mewtwo Y will come to Pokemon Go starting at Pokemon Go Fest. They will be in super mega raid battles. Some people are upset because you have to use more currencies. It's really tough for rural players to do the super mega raid battles. And annoyingly, you can't just use the same candy. There's X candy and Y candy. So
that's hilarious. So I'm just going to say it right now. One, everybody knew this was going to happen. I think it's the game's 10th anniversary. Two, they are, every single person that I used to play with just doesn't really play anymore. I'll play maybe once a day for a couple minutes. But if you're a rural player, play something else. Spend $60 a year on PlayStation and you will get a better game. Or multiple games.
You got to move to Tokyo or Los Angeles if you want to play this game. Okay.
New York.
And our final piece of Pokemon news this week, Pokemon Pokopia Sableye Gym Hunt event is now rolling out. So why don't you go play that through May 14th? And
did you like that game? Did you finish it?
Geese Peep did. You should ask more about it next week. I played 5 more. I played 5 more minutes. No, it's not a bad game. It's just I can't. What I explained to her was there's a thing with me when I have 100 video games to beat. If you put a game in front of me that I know is just hundreds of hours with a bunch of daily things and upkeep and you can get credits, but there's no like end to end. It's tough for me I'm just not in the mood for some little cozy Animal Crossing type experience right now. I got too many games to beat. Taylor, it is now time to discuss an episode of Pokemon one more time in English. Let's hear the title of this week's episode 135 of Pokemon
Awakening,
Horizon.
the Catastrophic Laquium Core.
Or in Japanese, Kokushi Horobi no Lacrium Core. And give us a 1-sentence synopsis, please, Taylor, please. From Geese Peep this week.
Is this plan going to work?
I don't know. Maybe. Taylor, we gotta stop the Laquium. Time for a theme song. We're back from the theme song, and listen, Horizon's team is taking this episode seriously. We don't even have time. The animation is great. We don't even have time for a little Liko say the kanji for us. We're putting the title over the action. It's serious business hours. No time for fooling around. Everybody needs to terrestrialize right now. Pagogo-chan, I need you to go stellar form of all things. And I'll tell you now, it feels like this is the first time we've seen a lot of these guys terrestrialize. I don't remember some of these guys ever terrestrializing, and now they're doing it for the first time. And that takes up the first 45 minutes of the episode, Taylor. Just everyone terrestrializing.
They were just going down the list, and by the time they were all done, I was like, wait, did they announce all of them, or did they skip 5?
No, it was the whole squad. When Cleavor came around, I went, oh, our boy, who could forget
old Cleavor? I was cracking up, because they all, like, the way they appeared was so unceremonious, and it was just like, Rayquaza comes out of the sky and it's all sick and everything. And I was like, oh, he brought all the heroes of light.
Yeah.
And they just walk up on the side of the mountain. I don't know how they got there. I don't know how Lapras got on the side of a mountain.
What did Lapras do? She squirt.
Yeah, just like maybe got dragged by the other ones.
Lapras just scooching on the
Cleavor just walks up on the other side of the mountain. So they took different paths.
There's got to be
Lapras couldn't even get across a river without Cleavor's help.
There's got to be an ocean just right next to them. Wait, aren't they in the sky?
Yeah.
The Sky Mountain. How did Lapras get up there?
Such a good question. I was wondering it for at least the next 5 minutes of watching. I just kept thinking, surely they're going to show the exterior of this area and there's going to be a big old path or something.
Didn't even think of that. Okay, well, here's the thing I'll say. Well, I mean, Terapagos can make people float. Maybe Rayquaza can do that too. I don't know.
Sure.
It was kind of sick when Rayquaza terastalized, but really I just wanted him to Mega Evolve. So spoilers, looking forward to next week. Then we have a Brady Bunch opening, just shows all the kids in little squares, like Brady Bunch. And then now, Taylor, the real action's going to begin. Pagogo-chan surrounds everything in his big giant Pagogo shield. Spinal tells the explorers to attack the Terra Warriors. And so the kids send out their other Pokemon to battle all these, little explorers Pokemon like Mightyena and Leopard. And once again, Taylor, we hear Roy and the kids complaining that their Pokemon are hurt from earlier because no one brought a potion. Molly can't afford one max revive.
The weird thing is that Molly's not there.
She's, I guess, got to watch after the little Pokemon that got Laquium infused the other day. I guess.
It's just such a weird decision to say, hey, this is the big battle. We are bringing everybody, and we have one shot at this, or the world is basically going to end. The world as we know it is going to end.
Yeah, exactly.
Molly, go ahead and stay. We don't need the Medicare. We're good. No heal run.
Help that herdier that is fine with a little bed rest.
Just pink mist coming out of the sky, and her saying, oh, no, this will clear right up. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. All right, then Grand Bull attacks Charizard, and Golbat and Malamar just going to town on poor Charizard. He's donezo. You throw him back in the Pokeball, I guess.
And they scream out, I can't believe they're attacking them when they can't move. That's so dishonorable, or whatever they're saying. What have they done that's... They're trying to, push steroids on kids.
Yeah. I just thought they were honorable, like Samurai Code. You ever play Ghost of Tsushima? Just like that.
They never attack us more than one at a time. Not that often, at least.
Turn-based role-playing game. Now, then we get a scene which is pointless, but yet sick. When Rubina and Indy send out color-coded Electrode and Shiny Electrode, and they use Explosion. Yeah. And Sylveon is told to reflect the explosion, use Disarming Voice, and then get knocked out. Okay, guys.
Plan's over.
Bad start to the battle.
Lapras takes Sylveon down to Molly.
Okay, here's the pro. Guys, we need a Fairy Terra and quick. Oh my God.
I wish any of the adults had said anything before this plan was enacted.
We got a Deus Ex Machina, Taylor. It's Screamtail. Screamtail's here. You know what? For one, I feel bad for poor Penny, because now she doesn't get to be a hero of light. Shouts out Coral. No longer friends with Penny. Now me and Coral best friends, because she gets to save the world, I guess.
It was a very weird little switching sides that she did, too.
I mean, I've predicted them switching sides for 45 years going.
Yeah, it was as soon as they got their own episode, it was like, oh, okay. They're eventually going to be on our team.
But it just happens immediately after they all realize strong spheres are bad. Because
very arbitrarily.
Oh, yeah. Well,
in this episode.
No, I mean, I'd say it has a lot to do with Chelsea and Medicham from last week. So, Spinal commands Chelsea, Coral, and Sidian to attack the Rising Volt tacklers. Coral refuses. She says, you're not bossing me around no more. Screamtail, terastalize, help our enemies. And
be a hero of light.
Yes. And don't get used to it. We're just doing this as a little favor because we don't like strong spheres, and Spinal's incorrect on this one.
Yeah, we're not friends. We're just saving the world.
Yeah, enemy of an enemy, my best friend. Now, this does answer our question from earlier. I don't know if you were on that episode, but we did have the question, wait, can we have some backups? And I said, no, the application process is long. You got to have it logged in.
Oh, we've been talking about this for a very long time.
But apparently, you can just switch them in and out. It doesn't matter. So
thank goodness.
As a matter of fact, why don't we just fly back to Paldea, get that cook who fixes you up a meal to change your Terra type? If we have him in the group, we can accomplish anything, really.
Or get Molly.
Or heal some Pokemon, yeah. Okay, Sidian's going to have a little speech talking about strong spheres are no good. We cannot abide by your foolishness, Spinal. And then Spinal, this part cracked me up. Spinal says, "Oh yeah, actually, I never trusted you." So
yeah, it was very funny.
So you think you're betraying me? I already knew you would. So
it was such a that's exactly the energy that you can't fire me, I quit.
Yeah. That was good. He makes a giant speech. He says it's too late. The strong spheres are already all over the place. What are you kids possibly ever going to accomplish? And Liko says, "I'll tell you what we're going to accomplish. We're going to believe." And Spinal says, "Believe?
Oh,
believe in what?"
When this happened, I keep thinking about every time I see this in anime, where they say, okay, so we need the antagonist to make some wild sweeping declaration about how the world is, what the problems are, whatever. Then we're going to have the protagonist say something that triggers the antagonist because they don't understand it and it's going to deeply affect them. And then the antagonist is going to be affected by that. That happens in this episode, and it was the silly. It's like they knew the formula. They were just like, it doesn't matter what they say. So he's talking about like, oh no, the strong spheres are out in the world. You guys, like, you're not really gonna do anything because everyone's already like I already did the thing. And Liko's like, no, I believe. And Spinal's just like, you believe? And it's such a silly, silly moment.
Yes, Spinal then says, "I will give my life for Laquium," and then goes right into the core of the Laquium, and the Laquium envelops him. Now, I will say, this scene, very dramatic for Horizons. Just watching a man die and his eyeballs just going crazy.
I don't think he's dying. I think
no, because I watched Next Time on Pokes, and spoilers, he's fine. But he is absorbed.
So whenever this happened, the first thing I thought was if they were going to go with this route and have him going and like becoming feverishly in love with the Laquium, I wish that he had like a pendant with Laquium on it, or like a bracelet, or he had a piece at his desk or something, and it was kind of corrupting his mind and hypnotizing him and drawing him more and more and more towards it. And he finally just snapped and like got absorbed into it at the end of it. I think that would have been a really cool narrative path for them to take.
Nah, he just walks right into it. And you know what? I feel bad for his Umbreon. Poor Umbreon, very concerned. Its master just gone.
Poor Umbreon.
Umbreon tries to free him, tries to attack the core, but is just knocked out by the core because the core can attack you. If you attack it, it uses its crystal powers to hit you. The crystals start to grow, Taylor. They hit Pogogo-chan. They knock him out of his stellar form, and all the heroes come down out the sky. Jeez Louise. And now it's revealed. The giant evil Laquium core eyeball tower. And look, it doesn't happen in this episode. I don't know if it'll happen next episode. The eyeball looks like Mega Darkrai. Would it be sick if it was Mega Darkrai? Yes. Is it looking like it's Mega Darkrai at this point? No. So I'm prepared for disappointment, if we're being honest. We then get a very complicated explanation for what's going on from Fritos about external stimuli rejections. And I think to myself, what am I, an astrophysicist? Thank goodness Grandma Diane is here. And she says it's like filling a balloon with too much air. Pogogo-chan just made the Laquium stronger by attacking it. Also, Spinal did something, I guess, by walking in.
Yeah.
And they discussed this for quite a while. It's all get our theories going about what's going on with the giant evil Sauron tower here.
Which really, you could, at this point, this is like kind of an alternate path to their goal. I mean, nobody goes up to the Laquium core ever, except for them and Spinal. Spinal's in the core now. He's not an issue. His cronies don't like strong spheres. They could just leave. They could be like, you know what? Job well done. Let's all head home.
No, because it keeps spewing out Laquium juice and fog and whatnot.
Yeah, but not that much. It's not a Final Fantasy IX Aepha tree. Life-a tree.
A Life-a tree. So, at this point, Pogogo-chan, not in terrestrial form, not in stellar form, still in terrestrial form, tries to attack the tower. Even more useless this time. Knocked out of terrestrial form, just into normal form now, can't even attack. I laughed so hard at this next scene because it just starts with Ult going, Sableye, save the day. And I was so disappointed when everybody else started saying all the rest of you Pokemon help too, because I thought Sableye was just going to just win the entire battle.
That'd be so funny if Ult was the one, and then Rayquaza just looks at him and leaves Roy.
Ult's got big fans out there. I mean, Ult's a hero to the people. So, yeah, all the Pokemon go attack the tower. It's no use. Taylor the Laquium, he keeps growing. It keeps stopping all the Pokemon from attacking. We're doing so many attacks. Not a scratch. All the Pokemon pretty much knocked out. What are we going to do? Even Screamtail can't defeat this thing. Okay. We're getting sick, Taylor, and you know what this kind of music is. The big time JRPG final area music comes in. You know you're fighting, you're getting the final pieces of equipment. You're ready for the final boss. Liko starts on a monologue about failure and growing and approaches the core with hope. And everyone joins her. They all scream, we will not give up. Even Charizard comes out, even though he's pretty much knocked out. He won't give up either.
Surprised Charizard wasn't included in the list.
Who, in the list? They already had fire type, I guess.
Yeah. We can't have two, that's right.
Actually, he's a dark Terra type, if you'll recall from the episodes. Who's our dark Terra?
Fuecoco.
I don't think that's true. Please write in looklistencast@gmail.com. Who's the dark Terra? Why can't we remember who's the dark Terra right now? Let me check the email, see if somebody said. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's save the world. Time for a commercial break. We're back from the commercial break. Everyone keeps attacking. Crystals keep growing. It's spewing out mist. Now then, we get the first of 15 times in the remainder of this episode where everybody just yells, all birds must use their wings at this point. Anyone that can fly, you do the work right now. Start hitting those wings. Get this Laquium fog out of here. Dodge the crystals. Thank you, birds. Also, birds, dodge the crystals, like I said.
It was kind of I had to do my mid-season expectations realignment because I looked at the time and I was thinking, I guess it's not just a big battle, but it is, like, there is a lot going on. I get that it's the finale, but 10 more minutes of this.
No, you're telling me you're not going to be excited when you see a bunch of green arrows flying from the sky? Your boy Zygarde, the little dog, the shiny little dog here to save the day, using all of his exclusive moves. It turns complete form, rains down attacks.
Very sick.
He's got to protect the environment. He's got to save the world. Also, Pagogo-chan and Hatteran, can you two please use your little protecting abilities and little psychic power to stop these Laquium shards? Thank you very much. Oh, God, we can't stop them all. If only we had some birds and Pokemon with wings. You! Oh, Dragonite, Charizard, Kilowattrel, get in the air. Everybody else just run away and pray. And then, who could have seen this coming? Girls, we enter phase 6 of the fight. The Laquium core grows some sick crystal hair things. With even more shards.
So sick.
There's even more shards attacking us. Quackaball, Lapras, I need you to create a frozen wave barrier to protect us.
It's a real Final Fantasy moment. Yeah. This is a weird random last boss situation.
I'm pretty sure in Final Fantasy 13 there was a cutscene where Shiva did this.
Yeah,
protected everybody with her icicle.
Just the whole thing.
Motorcycle. Okay, now we're gonna get to a sick yet confusing moment. Frito's at the top of his lungs screams out Rising Volt Tackle to Captain Pikachu. They then take the budget for 2 entire seasons worth of animation and they put it into Frito's wildly gesticulating.
Yeah.
Just animation like nothing we've ever seen in this show, just on Frito's for these 3 seconds. Okay. Now then, Captain Pikachu climbs up the tornado, uses Rising Volt Tackle. He's up all the way to the top of the core. Double team Captain Pikachu. He's dodging all the crystals. And then Charizard saves him from getting hit. It is at this point of the episode, I'm completely confused. Taylor, please tell me what just happened. What did Captain Pikachu accomplish by going to the top of the tower?
I thought it was going to be some kind of dive bomb attack.
That's what I thought he was going to do. I thought he was going to destroy the core.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, he just went to the top, and then Charizard grabbed him.
Yep.
So what did he do? Why
just,
are we...
he's just having fun.
Okay. So
Rising Volt Tackle.
Okay. Sick. Great work, everybody. At this point, Roy and the rest of the crew realize that the core only attacks you if you attack it. Looks like it's a dummy. It's not a Pokemon after all. It's like a robot or something. What we got to do is just attack one by one instead of all at once.
Very fun RPG moment.
Yes. What I tell you, girls, turn-based RPG.
Yeah.
Let's trick this dumb core, and that's exactly what they do. They attack one at a time.
Get it.
But it just heals. So
they don't even do it in a sick way. They had like 4 moments in this episode that are really well animated. The image of Spinal getting absorbed with his little eye twitching or whatever was so good. A lot of the rest of the episode is just slideshow time.
I thought, for the most part, I thought it looked pretty sick.
The 1x1 group attack, all slideshow.
Wow, I mean, if there's anybody who loves a PowerPoint presentation more than me, I've not met him. Okay, we've reached the point of the episode, Taylor, where everybody says, Dot, it's completely up to you. We need you to be a genius. We need you to come up with a plan.
Easy.
We're just going to attack for a little while you think.
Easy.
And girls, what a genius Dot is. She comes up with the brilliant plan, and I never would have thought of this one. Attack the obvious glowing weak point. My God.
That doesn't come to most people, because I never would have thought of that.
Now, unfortunately, they forgot to hit the lock on button, and it'll lock on to the glowing weak point.
Onto the Laquium, no less.
Now, unfortunately, much like a true final boss, the Laquium core resists
attack.
What you attack with after the fact. You attack with a move, it learns, and now it's not going to be as effective. So we really got to come up with a new move we haven't used before. Ideally, our strongest move, so we can just destroy it in one hit. You know, a big, giant move, and then he's donezo. Big, giant, glowing attack that it's never seen.
Yeah.
And honestly, Taylor, if we're going to beat this thing, we're going to need some Euro trance techno music from the late 1990s. So let's hit the play button. To be continued. The episode's over. It's now time to discuss next time on Pokes. And my first thought is, wow, I can't wait to see Mega Rayquaza and Mega Zygarde. They just spoil it. They just show it next time on Pokes. There you go.
Be sick.
Also, it's not the end of the world because we did get a leak of the toys. There's Horizons toys that showed this happening already. So we knew it was going to happen. We knew we'd get shiny Mega Zygarde. Very sick.
Good for them.
Also, we learned in next time on Pokes that Spinal did not die. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if this is a good finale. I don't know. Could be. Might be.
So I will say one thing. My expectations are very low.
Oh, well, all right. Okay, well, let's discuss our score for this episode. I had much more fun with this episode than last week. I think last week's was boring. I think I gave it a pretty low score. Oh, do you want to give a score for last week?
Last week was rough.
5.5. You said 9.5?
5.5.
Oh.
I think it was fine.
Last week, I gave it... Geese Peep gave it a 6.7. I gave it a 7 because there were the moments I'm looking for in episodes. Like, I think there were cute moments, fun moments, funny moments. You say 5.5 for last week? Okay.
It's too many nonstop just yelling out attacks. So many of these episodes, especially these multi-parters, feel like one enormous drawn out battle, and there's no separation between anything. So I just kind of tune out.
Yeah, this is a tough one to score. I'll probably have to hear your score first on this one too, because
use Hurricane use Hurricane. Who was it? Galarian Moltres. Oh, Corviknight. Use Hurricane.
Yeah, everybody with the wings needed to get the Laquium.
The strategizing was sick. Spinal getting absorbed into the Laquium was very sick, but it also doesn't make any sense. Had he been slowly brainwashed by it throughout the entire show that would have, one, justified his actions becoming the main villain, and two, would have made it make sense that he shows up at the core with just 2 employees to stop the Heroes of Light. So I didn't much care for his involvement outside of that 1-6 scene. The fighting wasn't like, it was fine, but it's just too much of it, and that's all there is to it. They even tried to put in some strategy, but hot off the heels of a previous episode that was just fighting, it's not very fun. There were good moments.
We gotta applaud the animation a little bit. The giant Fritos screaming Rising Voltackle, even though they didn't lead to anything. The zoom ins, the eyeballs, the music was great.
That's my the music was good. But that's my problem with, I think, several moments in the episode is it's this really sick thing that just doesn't go anywhere or mean anything or do anything, and it's or comes out of nowhere, like Spinal getting absorbed comes out of nowhere. Fritos yelling Rising Voltackle goes nowhere.
Yeah. That's probably why I don't think I can leave the 7s, even though I think there are a lot of neat things in here. I don't think I can leave the 7s. Probably.
Yeah, I was thinking 7.1. I think is fine.
7.1.
And to be honest, that's fully being carried by Spinal getting absorbed, because I didn't expect that to happen.
Okay, we'll give you 7.1. I don't know where in the 7s I need to put this. Because what I want to do is I want to reward all the sick animation and sick music.
Sure, yeah.
So it was very sick to watch. Very cool things were happening. But because I was confused a few times, it like locks it out of the 8s. Because that not a lot happens, really.
Yeah.
But is it good enough for a 7.9? I don't know. Maybe a 7.8 or 7.7, maybe? I
was thinking you would probably give it a 7.6. That's what I saw.
That music was real sick.
Yeah, they had plenty of cool moments, but it was just arbitrary. Like, I think this would be this is going to look like a very cool episode as a recap.
Now, here's the question I have for you. This happens from time to time. When something's inadvertently entertaining, like to me, it's hysterical how many times they go, "Where's the birds? We need the birds." Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually something you should probably knock points off of, but I got enjoyment out of it. So maybe that's going to get it to the 7.7 because I'm laughing at the birds. But have we had some sort of discussion on if something's unintentionally good, do we reward points for that? I don't know. Made me laugh. All these birds.
Yeah. And they still didn't. Did they call out Taikaiden or Kilowattrel?
What do you mean call out? Yeah, Kilowattrel was there.
He was a part of that? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Anybody with wings, you're a bird, you're good.
Okay, I was just making sure.
We get the big, giant betrayal with Coral and Sidian. We've been waiting on that.
But
and there was Taylor, there was a shiny Electrode. How can I give it under a 7.7?
It was a shiny Electrode, but like, again, this actually is another example of something that could have been very cool or very interesting or very, like, it's a very important moment, but it was so, I don't feel like working for you anymore. Like, what the heck? That's what you're doing with a big betrayal?
They've been thinking about it, and they realize strong spheres are no good, and they're destroying their bonds. It didn't come out of nowhere.
No, it was presented out of nowhere, and it was presented in a way that really diffused how good it was. All of those moments that I mentioned should have been knock it out of the park, easy. You tell somebody that happens, and they're like, oh, wow, that's it. Whoa, Fritos yells out, Rising Voltackle. Spinal finally gets betrayed by his underlings. Spinal gets absorbed.
He would never trust those guys. So
but like you, when you say those things, you're imagining something sick. And when you see those things presented in this episode, they're very boring.
They just had the 24 minutes to pull it off, and they even cut the Liko.
They wasted all that time battling.
Yeah, that's fine. Well,
this is a disappointing episode. Read a synopsis of this one is my final verdict.
No, I'd say listen to the music. Look how sick the art is.
Try to find some clips on TikTok.
Fine. Yeah, it's sick talk. All right, that probably concludes our discussion this episode. Taylor, let's head on over to the wrap-up. That's right, it's Look, Listen, Cast. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and the other things, but those are the ones I list. Please leave a like and a comment and subscribe. And you can send an email to looklistencast@gmail.com, because here's the thing. There's people out there who don't not know this exists and would enjoy. So
crazy.
But they'll never know if you don't leave a little like and or comment, please. Thank you very much. Thank you to Keith for our artwork. That's twitch.tv/Keith². Taylor.
Thank you, Professor Ticklebits, for the boilerplate.
And the website. Oh, big important. Recommend podcasts to friends, family, and nephews, nieces, grandmas.
Grandma.
Big grandma.
Imagine a kid saying, Merry Christmas, big grandma.
Oh, Merry Christmas. All right. Time to say goodbye. Give your big grandma an MP3. We're saying goodbye to your time. Goodbye. And then next week, the big finale. We're all going to be here no matter what.
I hope it's good.
Mark my words. Or eat them. Or will I eat those words?
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese. Thank you for listening to the Geese Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company.